dimes, defeatthebook.com. Let us help you beat the odds. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Either way, thank you for tuning in. Every video will always start with gratitude. I can't do what I do without you, so thank you for being here. If you're not following Bryce, TikTok, and Twitter is where he operates. I believe he gave out some master stuff this week or last week. I'm sure he has some golf stuff he's putting out on Twitter here today. But TikTok and Twitter is where he operates. All our social media links are down below. So I'd appreciate a subscribe. Click the bell so you're notified. Thumbs up if you appreciate the content. Do none of those three things, it's okay. I'm just glad that you're here consuming this content, okay? As we know, it is Friday. I haven't had any free picks here for you. Baseball has been sucky. Trying to dial it in for you here. I have 2 picks today in baseball. I have 2 picks in NBA. I'm going to give you an NBA. I know you guys have been wanting it, but when you only have 2 picks on the card, it's hard for me to give that out when we have people that have paid for the NBA playoff package. So I want to do right by my clients, want to do right by customers, and make sure they're getting what they paid for, and then we're not just giving all this stuff away for free, okay? So didn't have free picks here for a little bit. Want to make sure we get you one here today. So here we are. It's Friday, $34.99. You get today, tomorrow, and Sunday everything that I have on the card. Obviously, with the NBA playoffs ramping up, there are some games tonight. I'm going to give you a free pick here, smaller unit selection. But yeah, hop on board. $34.99. Let's get into it. Okay. Now we're going to look at OKC and Minnesota, a game I'm sure everyone's excited to watch. We're seeing the emergence of Josh Giddey and Shai Alexander, 2 young stars. Alexander really, I think, should be an all-NBA performer this year. He's really played great. Line sitting at 5.5 points here in this one. And we see Minnesota at home in this one. So they're looking to bounce back off a loss against the Lakers. Still may or may not have Rudy Gobert. Naz Reid still out in this matchup as well. Anthony Edwards, coming off a big loss there in that one as well. So excited to see how this one plays out here. Line sitting at 5.5, total sitting at 228. But there's been some movement on that as well. It's kind of been up and a little bit down all around. Let's get the official, only up 0.5 point now. So 228.5, still favoring the Timberwolves here in this matchup. So I'm expecting a lot of steam. I'm expecting a lot of action on the Oklahoma City side, and for good reason. They're a good young team, play with a lot of energy. They hustle, get a lot of offensive rebounds. Middle of the road there, shooting the 3, only about 34% on the year. They make about 12 threes a game, but they like to get through the free throw line. They turn you over. They don't turn it over a whole bunch, with Giddey being the point guard there in that matchup. And I thought the X factor for them was just a lot of the miscues and mistakes that the Pelicans made down the stretch. Herb Jones had a lot of mistakes down the stretch, some silly turnovers. And then we see obviously the end of the game, after the game's over, we see that CJ McCollum was playing with a torn labrum, which explains a lot in my opinion. A guy who I expect who has a lot of playoff experience, a lot of playoff maxi. I expected him to have some points and have his hand in the game, but with the torn labrum, obviously you're limited to what you can do there. I believe he shot 1 for 5 from 3. So I'm expecting a bounce back game in this one for Anthony Edwards, who only had 9 points in that game, really struggled to close it out. And really, that's a game that I think they lost more than the Lakers won. 12-19 in the fourth quarter there. Karl Anthony Towns gets his 5th foul, I believe it was, the beginning of the fourth quarter. And it really they never really regained traction. It really never really regained momentum in this one. I think if Rudy Gobert plays in this one, it'll help a little bit on the rebounding side. OKC likes to get a lot of second chances with their offensive rebounds. One of the better offensive rebounding teams in the country. Both these teams get steals. Both these teams get blocks. Both these teams want to play with good pace. I'm expecting Anthony Edwards to have a resurgence here in this one. There's been a lot of talk about Shai and his emergence, and I think that Anthony Edwards did a great job defensively in their first game, and he's emerging as a great two-way player in his own right. So I'm expecting him to bounce back. Mike Conley has playoff experience here. Cat has played very well as well. I'm expecting Minnesota to take care of business here. I know it's not a popular pick, not a popular selection here, but I'm rolling with Minnesota. Give me the Minnesota Timberwolves here at home, laying the 5.5 points. It's a two-unit selection as the official free pick of the day. Minnesota Timberwolves at home, laying 5.5, the official free pick of the day. Let me know if you agree, you disagree, whatever the case may be. Hop on board, $34.99. We're going to have ourselves a day here. How about my Fields shirt? You like that? Barstool shirt. It's kind of dope, right? But for now, Derek, dimes, defeatthebook.com. Let us help you beat the odds. Best of luck if you decide to tail. But either way, hope that you guys have a fantastic Friday. Good luck.